Yes, it is.
You're not learning shit.
It's a non-stop adventure of learning, Kim. I know. I do learn things all the time. My frustration, though, is not with my own learning arcs. Can you guess what my frustration is with?
Oh, it's always with me.
Well, not always. This time it's with you. And with Jen. I'm a little frustrated with Jen, too.
Oh. How come nobody ever told me relationships were exhausting?
They're only as exhausting as you make them, Cam. We don't have to fight all the time. Cam's in the habit of sending off her armies to war, like at the drop of a hat. But the thing is, I'm in the habit of responding to war with war. So we have some fucking knockdown, drag out
Hmm.
fights. Here's all my armies and navy shooting at you, Eric. And then I go, war! And she goes, oh, that was awful. I go, Kim, you started the goddamn war. Eric, don't take war so seriously. And then I back off and she drops nukes on my head. Everybody thinks she's all sweet and like I'm a bad bully guy or something. Couldn't be any
The
different.
thing, the thing about it is that it's interesting to me is that you're a very sweet guy, really, Eric,
Hmm.
and you're quite simple in your likes and your dislikes, and you're very right and true and just in your own way.
Hmm.
And the reaction that you have is understandable, but then Kimberly's is also very understandable. And I just wish that you would meet each other in the middle somewhere.
I
That would be
understand
nice.
both of
It'd
them
be nice
fine. I
to
agree
to
that they're
see.
both equally understandable. My point is that hers is wrong. But I think it's an
Well,
important
she's
point to
not
make.
wrong, dude. Let me be a fucking newsflash of a message to you. She ain't wrong.
But I
Like,
disagree
she's
with you.
perceiving things from her own fucking,
Not all
her own
perceptions are equal.
perception.
Not all perceptions are equal.
Well, yes, they are. Fucking newsflash. Yes, they are.
Thank
No,
you.
If
they're
you want to be
not.
with someone, you've got to gratify their perception.
No, it's not, a much, much more useful thing you can do is help the other person to make their perception more objective.
Really?
Yeah, to be more fair, to be more correct, to be more right. Yes.
Well, I'm not. I feel I'm correct in this.
How's that going for you so far, Eric?
Well, I,
Really?
I mean, in life, yeah. With Kimberly, Kimberly is the staunchest opponent I've ever had. She's unbelievably stubborn, just mind-blowingly stubborn, and she's got a
Well,
whole series of little feints and
from
maneuvers to avoid actually hearing anything and responding on point.
From my perception is that Kimberly puts up with a lot of your shit because she sees deep down inside that you're actually really a nice guy and
I,
you're very sweet and you're very gentle.
I am.
And
There's
that's
nothing
probably
not
the reason
nice
why she
about
puts up with so much of the crazy shouting shit that you
there's
do.
nothing nice.
Like,
There's nothing not nice about being principled. There's nothing mean about being principled.
exactly, exactly. Like, and it's actually a very good quality to have. But at the same time, your modus operandi, how you deal with it and how you express it, is very hard to deal with as another human being. To be shouted at constantly, nobody wants to listen to that.
I'm not shouting
But
at people
she's
constantly.
actually doing a stalwart effort, like, and I think the reason, the underlier for that is that she sees what's inside, and
Okay, but there's
that's
you
kind of
once again. It's like
good.
you're you're the things you're talking about are weapons and Nerf
FI
balls.
stuff.
Are the difference is weapons and Nerf balls. Like the thing is, it might be the case that I'm throwing Nerf balls at you, but the reason is because you threw actual weapons at me. And so why are you complaining about my Nerf balls and thinking that's so bad because there's more of them when you're throwing fucking knives at me.
But then it's about perception. Again, it's about perception, dude. I really can't stress this enough. Like your perception of what knives are and what someone else's perception of what knives are different things.
Well,
Like
no, it's not.
you
It's
know,
the same sort of
I
thing.
could say something to you
Oh,
that
dear
upsets
Lord.
you, and
It's the
then
same
I
thing.
couldn't have really
It's the
meant it.
same thing.
But then it is on a objective level, but then subjectively it's not the same thing. It's
Okay,
very difficult, and uh,
look, Sauce.
read up on your FI, my friend.
Okay, but I don't want to read up on it. I want to fix wrongness. Now, look, here's an example of wrongness being fixed. There's somebody who came in here with, as her name into this room, was ESFP. It doesn't matter perception in that instance, right? There's one correct answer and other ones are incorrect. I gotta go take a shower or something, or a bath. I'm exhausted. Kimberly is exhausting.
No wonder.
Can you imagine fighting with this woman? Do you know how difficult it is?
I think you exhausted yourself, man.
Because, I mean, what do I have to do to get a little bit of cooperation around here?
Just say no to everything.
No,
Yeah.
there is no.
Well,
If you really wanted to do it, like just
Do I really want her to do what?
act upset at the things that you really like. Just reverse psychology, dude. Just do it.
I don't think that's reverse psychology. Maybe when you're like
It's
when
a
you're sick.
battlefield.
No, it's like when
Reverse psychology.
when she sees me looking genuinely sad because she said something that made
think
me
about it,
sad,
right? Look,
that
let's
seems
let's
to
do an
impact. But
exercise.
Let's talk about it. But you listen to this example, okay? When I look genuinely sad because something she said has made me sad rather than angry, then she tends to be more responsive to that. But she shouldn't be more responsive to that because the fact that it made me sad doesn't mean that she did anything wrong. If she may have said something that was hurtful in some capacity, but if she did something wrong, I would have been angry about it. So she's reacting exactly wrong
Sure.
in both instances. She shouldn't change her behavior if she didn't do anything wrong, and she should if she did.
Okay, I'll give you a little tip on some of the things that I like to do when shit like that hits me. Like, as try, try and try and think about the things that you admire and like about the person and moments in time that you had a good time with the person, and then it helps you totally just push like a lot of shit down and you don't get so stressed out.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, do an exercise to yourself and think about all the things you like about Kimberly, and then
Kim and I are
you're not
great.
gonna
Kim and
like
I are fine. I don't
get
have
so
any problem
mad,
with Kimberly. I don't have any
right?
problem with Kimberly. I have a problem with her
But you
stuff
don't.
in this instant about this thing.
Yeah, right. But the thing is that the thought of the thing spirals out of control and it becomes all consuming. It gets into this
I
NETI
always
crazy
try to
ass
bring it
loop.
now. I always try to bring it back on point. Kim does have a tendency to shift ground and open up new areas of new
But
flanks of war.
then
That's true. She
she's
does that all the
approaching
time. I
you
try to bring it back
like,
down to the point at hand, but she doesn't like that because the point at hand is usually if we're
yeah,
fighting over
but
it,
she's
because she's
approaching you
running away.
from a feeling perspective. But FI, whatever, it's FE. But you're approaching it from a different perspective. Like,
I
so
understand
if you
that.
do a thinking exercise and you think about when you get to that state and you think about like you when you told me about when you all went fishing on the pier and stuff and that kind of stuff, where you really enjoyed your time together and what you value about the other person, it can put things into perspective for you, and you don't go so fucking crazy, and you don't get so like
Look, I'm
worked
sorry.
up
You know
about it, this the
what else puts
particular
things into
issue.
perspective? Justice. simply both parties being accountable and admitting when they're wrong. That's it. It's a much easier way to attain justice than imagination.
Well, there's more to life than that, though, dude.
I know there's lots more to life, and life goes to a grinding halt when there's injustice standing. Because I've got to go fucking fix it.
But you've got to have a partner in crime to fix the injustice
I
with.
know.
So you got to keep the partner in crime sweet. You know, you can't
No, but
you can't fuck with it.
I can't do all. I can't both be the one who is doing the fighting and doing the corner work on me when I come in from the round. I keep going to the corner expecting the corner guy to go, okay, you're doing fine, champ, you're doing fine. And she's like, you fucking suck. I can't believe you got hit in the face again. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, you're supposed to be encouraging me here. I'm fighting.
Yeah, it's difficult. But then, yeah, and that's true. I mean, it doesn't all lie on you. Like, it takes two to tango always, and you know, I guess both of you in the end really have to kind of try to understand where the other one is coming from in some sort, like, you know. But then
I feel like
losing control and super screaming and shit like isn't gonna help, man. You know, I mean, that's
I agree with
Also-
you, it's not going to help, but it's not the problem that needs to be addressed. The problem that needs to be addressed
feel
is
like
the one
context
that's
would help.
persistent and consistently the source of difficulties.
well,
I missed
Eric,
you.
Yeah. Hello,
Even if you hate me, I still missed you.
it's okay. We don't hate you,
Ricardo, what were you
but
saying?
we're very. Am I choppy? Because I think you're coming across as choppy. It might be me.
Eric's pretty choppy, yeah.
All right,
Okay.
maybe that's.
But basically, I was saying like this. Yeah, it is better. But
That
Also-
Kato? Why does
Yeah,
it say
it
ESFP now? Like, it changed all the time.
Go ahead, Kato.
I know. What's the context? Because I mean, you like to break it down very I want to say abstract. It's not really that abstract, but I mean like you kind of like run it through your head. You break it down to the most fundamental, like wrong versus right. But instead, just like what's the context? Like what problems are you facing? Like break it down TE style. Like what is it practically that's going on? What situation do you constantly argue with her about in general? What is it always about the fight?
Usually, it's about Kim. Kim criticizes or attacks in some fashion, and often it's about something that I didn't do, but she assumed I was going to do, or it's about something that bad that happened, but I had no blame in it at all, and some other party was entirely blamed, but she was mad at me. So those are the circumstances in which we have the biggest fights because she's being the most unfair.
Oh, okay. So follow throughs, basically, or like forgetting shit.
No,
Forget stuff.
that's not what I said. I said it's instances in which I've not done something wrong, but she's mad at me because something went wrong. It's somebody else's fault. Like Tom spilled the milk, and that ruined this this song that Jared was singing up on stage. Well, okay, but I didn't have anything to do with spilling the milk. But you're at fault anyway, Eric. That's one of the things that causes a big fight. And the other one is when she assumes I'm going to do something wrong or fuck up something and gets in my way of doing what I do, and thereby maybe causes me to actually fuck it up. You know, I need room to operate, and she'll get in my way and be so worried about me, like you're gonna fuck this up too, and you're gonna fuck that up, and you're gonna fuck everything up. That then she prevents me from getting in my flow, and that starts a big fight too. Those are the two situations in which we have big fights.
But those are FE fears, right? So you have to allay her FE fears rather than compounding them.
I can't do what I need to do if I'm spending my attention and energy allaying her fears. She needs to learn to trust me. She should have learned that by now because I've given her plenty of examples of why she should trust me. But every bad example weighs 10 times as much at least as any good example. So she's not making a fair calculus of how I actually am. She's describing me to me and to herself in the most negative ways one can conceive of.
My idea or understanding of that is that you're asking everything of Kimberly to understand or to change. But what about you? Do you need to change, do you
I've
think?
made
Or
lots of changes. And I continue to make changes. Not that so much super recently, but I've made a shit tons of changes. When she's right, I can see that she's right, and I resolve to change it, and I generally do change the
Very
behavior.
can you reload, Eric? Because you're super cutting out.
It's because I'm uploading a video at the same time.
Yeah, that's your issue.
Yeah, it should be done pretty quick here. Oh, it's not. I'm gonna cancel it. Alright, there. Now I'm no longer uploading a video. Now I am instead just in here.
It's there in France.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Chez moi.
what I was saying was that those are the two biggest fight situations. So Kato, do you have some sort of advice for dealing with that?
No, because I have very good advice for like a specific occasion. I don't know. I feel like you're
Have you tried a spanking?
Yeah, that works pretty well. When I spank her, she seems to...
Who's the spanker and who's the spankee, though, in this relationship?
Kim
This is
needs...
what I'd like to know.
For every spanking that I need, Kim needs at least 40. Okay, so justice requires that I be the spanker and she be the spankee.
You have a bit more leverage.
Come on, Kim, let's go get started on that. We got a big stack of spanking still you have coming to you, so let's try to get some work done this afternoon.
I feel like
Making love?
I don't want to. No. I'm trying to assess that. I mean, I think really a lot. I mean, just because like I don't live with you, man. I don't see it. It's like, I mean, two of the things that I see. One, Kim is like kind of compulsive. That's what I can see. She's kind of compulsive, and then you also are very like you got that neurotic thing. So you have to really work on that. And,
You mean I
she's just
shouldn't be
kinda-
so insecure?
Huh?
You mean I shouldn't be so insecure?
Yeah.
Fuck that. I like being
Why?
insecure because that's why I justify fighting with people, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm insecure. I don't feel insecure, although I know that many of the behaviors and or things I say or do are indicative of insecurity. I don't know whether is that an emotion, insecure?
I mean, no, it's just it's a past thing, man. It's an SI thing, you know what I mean? And I think I don't know. I work on it a lot. I mean, I used to do it too. I still do. I mean, I don't even think you fully get rid of it, but it definitely is hard to look at yourself too sometimes. Really fucking hard to be like, all right.
I look at
just
myself
gonna-
pretty hard.
Yeah, no, I know, I know.
Sauce is insecure an emotion?
It's on the spectrum of emotionality, I guess.
It's a response.
Yeah, it's a response. Yeah. Insecurity is something that you need to work on. It's not something that you need to ignore or fuel.
What do you think defines insecurity as opposed to, say, I don't know, an alternative? What might be mistaken for insecurity, and what do you think defines insecurity?
Okay.
What defines security and insecurity?
Like,
It's different because it's subjective.
not security. I misspoke when I said security. Just insecurity. What defines insecurity and makes it distinct from something else that's like insecurity, but that is distinct from it?
It's hard to tell. I mean, you kind of have to divine that for your own self. It's not something that someone else can really define for you. Your own insecurity, for example.
What's something that's like insecurity, but not insecurity?
Um,
Low self-esteem.
there are things that, yeah, well, low self-esteem, yeah, I guess, but like things can come across as insecurity to other people that aren't actually insecurity, but they're just misread, I guess. But
Or
there is
vulnerable.
no thing that is close to insecurity that isn't insecurity. Really,
Well,
insecurity is just
vulnerability.
insecurity.
I
There's
think
no kind of
I think vulnerability is what Kim said. I think that's a good one because it's vulnerability is insecurity without defense.
well, no, you can be vulnerable. Well, uh, yeah, I mean, like I actually find security vulnerability personally. Like,
Right.
I used to be insecure about explaining things about myself and my life and how I think and feel about things. And then I kind of twisted it around, and now I find security in my own vulnerability. So, telling things and expressing things about my own personal life and going into deep personal detail about things, I draw strength from. Where before I would be fearful and insecure about it. Now it's actually a source for strength and security. And
I have the same experience with vulnerability or allowing others to see one's vulnerability. I have the same exact experience.
so, you know,
But I think it is linked to insecurity in the sense that insecurity is one way of displaying vulnerability that's noted by its displays of defenses against.
well, insecurity is more like in its relationship with vulnerability. Insecurity is more the fear of other people seeing your vulnerability. So once you own your vulnerability, then you're no longer insecure, right? So
Right,
that's kind of maybe more the way I see it,
but you might
I
still be
guess.
in. You might still be literally insecure. Like you're not secure in that you're subject to attack and subject to damaging. But by displaying vulnerability, you display that
Well, as
you're not afraid of. You're not so afraid of being attacked that you change the way that you display in
well,
order to actively
that's how
avoid it.
you conquer it. Like as soon as you're not subject to attack or you're no longer then you're no longer vulnerable. So you have no reason to be insecure anymore. That's how you overcome insecurity is by meeting it head on and owning it, basically,
Or
in my
avoiding it
opinion
for
and
a long,
experience.
long time.
No, avoiding it makes it worse.
No, avoiding
It
is
makes it
always
a
the
lot
best.
stronger.
The best course for any problem. Step one, avoid. Avoid. Step two, avoid some more. And then eventually, finally, we
Sweep
go
it
to
under the rug.
sauces. Then we go to sauces solution eventually, and face it head on. But
But
first,
the
you gotta
longer you
avoid.
avoid insecurity, the more insecure you will end up becoming.
No, if you successfully avoid it well enough, so you're not paying any attention at all, then then in theory you could avoid it into non-existence.
Then it does it,
What? What indeed?
I think what happens is you do situations.
Looks like we're having internet
It,
connectivity problems.
you're a fucking pussy, really. Like, it's one of those things, right? Like, no matter what it is, like,
Yeah.
you know,
There's no rational.
there's things that it could be for your, you know, if you like dudes instead of girls or whatever, and you won't admit it, you're a pussy, right? Just fucking, even though none of your friends fucking, like the idea of you being gay, fuck it, like just own it. And like if you don't own it, you're a fucking pussy, right? Like you're the biggest fucking pussy. Like fuck them. Just walk up to your friends and say fuck you, I'll fuck you in the ass. Like whatever you want to do. Like you gotta own it, man. If you don't own your insecurity, then you're a fucking pussy. And you need to.
Okay, fine, I'll like you. Just don't fuck me in the ass.
I was gonna say, Saucy wants to fuck you in the ass.
Oh,
Most of
wait
France.
for that plane ticket to California, eh? I'm drinking from little glasses. Like,
because he will not
you
say
don't
it.
know about me.
I noticed that. It makes you look pimp.
Yeah. It's an absinthe glass, actually.
Also, I went to a fucking meadery and drank mead, and I got a fucking horn.
Absinthe spoon.
And now I have a fucking horn that I drink out of at bars. It's amazing. It's got like.
Oh yeah, I got a horn, man. I got a horn.
They call mine the Horn of Gibraltar.
The dude came up to me and was like, "Dude, what is that?" And I was like, "It's a horn." And he was like, "Nah, dude, that's a bull's penis." And he's like, "You're a bull penis guy." And I was like, "Yes." So
Yeah.
So for 3 hours, I just kept telling everyone it was a bull's penis. It was pretty lit.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
So again, own your insecurities, right? Guy comes up to you and says, "You're not drinking from a horn, you're drinking from a bull penis," and you say to him, "What?" You say, "You're not man enough to drink from a bull's penis."
You say,
Get out of my fucking
not just
shop.
any bull's penis. The proper response is not just any bull's penis. Do you know which bull this penis came from?
Yeah.
Like that.
I literally ripped the penis from this bull before I dried it and then made it into a cup.
Could I please
Can you say
see
the same,
pedigree of
motherfucker?
this bull penis?
I mean, he was actually pretty bro. It wasn't like a threat. It was just like, he was like, "That's fucking amazing. You're a bull penis man." And I was like, "I'm a bull penis guy." And
Bull penis.
I went with it. I didn't take it as it wasn't an insult. It was pretty epic. It was pretty
Nice.
epic. Yeah.
You could say it was the bull's dying wish that you have his penis when he's gone.
Oh, so I went extra and that shit is hard as fuck. Took me like 30 tries to stick that motherfucker.
Maybe it's from a
Manly as
leprosy infected bull, and the bull's still alive. It just his penis fell off. You can tell that story as well. You say,
I think
"Don't-
bulls
don't
actually
worry,
shed their.
the leprosy's not infectious anymore."
Well, bulls actually, it's actually no bulls are harmed because they actually shed their penis after a while.
Oh, really?
Bulls
They,
shed their penis.
they grow
Yeah.
a new larger.
That is
Beat
not
you
true.
to it.
No, not a lot of people know that. But, yeah. Stay woke.
It's like shark's teeth, huh? The whole row
Is that
of
where the
penises.
bully, what are they called? Bully ropes for the dogs come from? Dead?
Bully rope. Bully rope.
Bully
You
stick.
do get dog toys that are like, literally in the UK anyway, it's called a pizzle, and a pizzle means a penis, so yeah, that's what that is.
We call them bulldogs.
You like poke them in the penis, or is it like an actual dog penis?
No, it's
It's a
Dog-
dried
it's like a
up
dried
bull's
dried
penis.
bull penis that you give to your dog to eat.
The hump?
Oh, no, to chew
Oh,
like
you-
like a bone.
They give it to human females as well when they get angry.
So we can whip you boys with it.
So you can chew up a penis.
No, I'll chew up your penis.
Yeah. Every now and again, you walk past a dark alleyway and you find a bunch of beta males inside there, rubbing themselves with pizzles, trying to gain the strength.
White tiger penis. For fidelity.
You're so quiet, Taylor.
He's muted.
He must be eating a bowling stick. He's excited to hear the dog.
A glass pipe used to smoke crack or crystal meth. Yeah. You put that pizzle to your lips.
Is pizzle a word for a crack pipe or something?
No. Bull.
Pizzle.
Your day.
Bull stick.
Pizzle, let me see.
Pizzle is a bull stick in the UK.
Used to smoke crack.
There's also apparently it's not just a bull's penis, it's additionally a crack pipe.
The penis of an animal, especially a bull, formerly used for flogging people. Oh my god, no.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's godlike.
Not only are you getting whipped in the center of the square, but you're getting whipped with a dried bull's penis. That's hardcore.
We're not having sex right now.
Why didn't you say anything?
What?
You're giving me that look. You're batting your eyebrows.
I'm not batting my eyebrows. How do you bat your eyebrows?
And your eyelashes.
Yeah, my eyebrows are unbattable. I'm ready for a bath though. Want to come in and help me? Yeah? Okay. That sounds like a plan. I'll see you guys. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you at home as well next time when me, Roger Ebert, and my partner here, Gene Siskel, visit with you at the movies.
How do you mean?